Previously on Beyond Us. Tell me what it is you hope to find out from this reading. Whether my friend Renee Wolf is dead or not. I'm not dead. Hand over everything and you'll be just fine. Your thing just happens to be telekinesis? Anya doesn't know. I called because I want you to go through Renee's room and take what you need from there. We're having her stuff put into a storage shed by a storage company tomorrow. Anya, you're breaking in? Connor, Charlotte. Go in the closet, go, go! We're good. In the window, there's paper. Psi is an overarching term for all types of psychic abilities, things like telepathy, clairvoyance, or telekinesis. Private Drive, Coatesville, Pennsylvania. That's the old warehouse by We found stuff. It says name, HET. Must be a file for a person. Cohens are nothing but trouble. After today, I honestly don't see how. Quinn's parents and Renee's parents went to high school together in Philadelphia. The Cohens and Wolf started up some tech company as business partners. Almost 5 years ago, the company starts to spiral down for some reason. Mr. Wolf is about to go to the police to reveal something about the company, but he never does. At that time, some accident happened to Renee's older sibling. Anyway, the rumor is that one of the Cohen twins was there when the accident happened, but things went really wrong. So, a few days later, don't the Wolves get visited by a detective? Suddenly, Mr. Wolf says they have nothing to tell. Whatever that accident was, my mom thinks the Cohens paid the Wolves hush money to keep quiet about their business and Renee's older sibling. But the real conspiracy theory is that the Cohens set up Renee's older sibling to have the accident, and then paid them off. That's how the Cohens are trouble. At this point, we're already in too deep with them, but I'm just saying keep an eye out, okay? Renee? Oh, crap! Oh, in a hurry are we? Well, kinda. I was supposed to be at Louise's house 30 minutes ago, but I totally forgot. You're not up to anything, I trust? Only a science project we have to finish? Alright, good luck. We'll need it. So, crappy place you got here. Connor, it's the only thing I could get without much trouble. What do you mean? How'd you get an apartment by yourself at 17? Well, my parents died a while ago, and I don't have any other relatives, so I moved here, to Coatesville, about a month ago. The people that run this apartment complex aren't very tech-savvy, so I was able to forge my documentation by saying I was 18. Why live here? Philadelphia is only an hour away. I don't know. Something about this place, I guess. Hey! Sorry I'm late, but good to see we're all here. Let's recap. We know the name of the place, Psi Company. Psi is an overarching term for all psychic abilities, right? And they very cleverly nicknamed it PSYCo. We also went inside the building they once used. And we have an old ID card of some person that worked there. But these are all just random pieces. They won't be after this. One of my mom's psychic friends is named Ramona Kolevi. She's lived here all her life, and if anyone knows about the psychic history of this place, it's her. Well, what are we waiting for? Just one thing. Like any psychic, she can be a bit, well, you know, extra. But just roll with it and we should be fine. Anya! How are you? Oh. This is unexpected. Just kidding, I'm psychic. I knew you'd be here. 1 I know and 3 unknowns before me. Unexpected news will not bore me. Ramona, they're not here for a reading. We're here for a friend-to-friend chat. Whew. Rhyming takes too much brain power. Now, come on over here and tell me who you are. I'm Louisa Rudowski and I'm new in town. Well, welcome. I'm Charlotte Cohen. This is my brother Connor. Cohens, huh? Very interesting. Your family never had a taste for the psychic community. Or any except their own. Anya dear, didn't your mother warn you about them? Yeah, but Charlotte and Connor are different. They did a reading with my mom to find out if Renee Wolf is still alive. Oh, the young Wolf girl. I know about her disappearance 4 years ago and how the police stopped looking last year. Is that why you're here? Kind of. We need to know more about Psy Company. That look says you know about them. PSYCo is nothing to be fooled with. You kids are in a lot of danger if you've been messing with them. I don't think I can help you. Ramona, please. We have pieces of the puzzle, but we just need to know the bigger picture. We'll tell you everything, then you can decide whether or not to help us. I do like a good mystery. Alright. So, the two of you go in for a reading to see if Renee's alive. Turns out she's dead and alive. Renee visits Anya in her dream and says to look in her room. You find that PSYCo folder with the warehouse's address. You go there, get shot at, inside it's empty, but you find some sort of file on a person whose initials are HET because of an arrow on the floor. Pretty much. It seems you four are in deep. And as much as it breaks my morals to throw a bunch of children to the metaphorical big bad wolves, it'd be more dangerous if I didn't tell you. The year was 1900. In America, many scientists involved in paranormal science tried to answer the age-old question. Are you born with psychic abilities, or do you learn them? Of course, many studies were done testing regular people and psychic people's abilities. But it was 1900 and their technology was too basic. Then, one man changed everything. His name was Enoch Psy. From a family of aristocrats, Enoch began studying and testing on so-called psychics to find out what made them beyond regular people. His technology was considered revolutionary for the time. Some even suggest beyond our technology today. Enoch claimed he figured out what makes people psychic, calling his business Psy Company, PSYCo for short. He did all of this in his very first building, the one you four visited. Anyway, as Enoch's company, PSYCo, grew, he created a few branches across the country to get more people. In the 1940s, the US military offered him around $5 billion to buy his company so it could be used for the war. Enoch refused. Because of the fear of communism and anything unordinary in the 1950s, PSYCo was all but extinct. Since then, PSYCo has been especially on the down low. Who were their participants? They were participants at first, but after 1950 they were hostages. PSYCo keeps such a low profile that the government and police don't know or believe they still exist. They were always discreet, and in the 1950s the few who knew believed PSYCo to be completely extinct. What PSYCo figured out in the early 1900s, despite being revolutionary, was not enough for them. After the 1950s, PSYCo began taking people by force to further their research. The homeless, kidnappings, and even taking newborns from hospitals. Their research grew into something much darker, more unethical. In the 50s through 90s, there were a barely noticeable amount of people going missing. Everyone thought PSYCo finally ended. However, I believe they were working on some sort of newer breakthrough for those 40 years. Throughout that time, no one escaped from PSYCo. Until 1995, when a man broke out, he told a local psychic that PSYCo was doing unethical testing on people. He died 2 days later. Why did he tell a psychic? The psychic community is very afraid of PSYCo. We always have been. Me and people like Anya and her mother have this gift naturally, and PSYCo wants to exploit our abilities. PSYCo knows there are fake psychics, and that allows us to blend in with them and lay low. Things get worse after 1995. Many psychics, including myself, believe PSYCo found out how to strip a psychic of their abilities in those secret 40 years of research. Not only that, but it's rumored they are making people psychic. That explains the increase in kidnapping since the 1990s. In 1900, PSYCo wanted to know if people were born with or acquire psychic abilities. In the last 20 years, PSYCo wants to push the limits of being human through what is essentially torture. Whoa. The PSYCo folder in your friend Renee's room suggests she was taken by PSYCo. However, I have no idea why PSYCo would leave such an obvious clue. Now, before I tell you one last thing, I'm afraid someone in here is keeping quite the secret. Tell them the truth, and I will tell you what you need to know. Oh, no takers then? There's a lot of energy in this room. Well, let me throw something out there. The Coens and Wolfs were tight as can be, but 4 years ago were separated by a little bit of, well, money. How dare you! I let the earlier comment about my family slide, but the rumor that my family betrayed the Wolves for money is shallow and sickening. My brother's right. Being a psychic in a town like this, don't you know how terrible others are? Just because of gossip? Rumors are a nasty thing, Miss Kalevi. Rumor is the word the elite use to discredit the truth. Anya says you two are different, yet you are just like your parents. The truth upsets you. I'm done with this. I should have known this is all. Stop. She's talking about me. There's 3 people in this room with psychic abilities. I'm one of them. I'm telekinetic. I'm sorry, Anya, I didn't tell you sooner. With all of this, it just seemed like bad timing. Hi. I'm actually the only one that knew. By accident, really. Last week she saved me from 2 thugs with her freaky mind stuff. Oh. Louisa, dear, at first I thought you were right, but as of 7 seconds ago, it appears you're wrong. There's about to be 4 people here with psychic abilities. My name is Hayden Era Trescott, and I'm the first to break out of PSYCo in 22 years. I was right. I am surprised. Well done, self. My dear, this is the home of Ramona Kalevi. Am I who you're looking for? Excellent. I'll grab orange juice for all of us.